Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Davis from home, and today we are going to be thinking about, you know it, the planet Earth. Today we have two special activities. The first activity that we're going to be doing is we're going to be reciting a poem. Now if we were at school, we would be doing this poem during morning meeting. However, we're meeting here virtually, so we're going to be listening to this poem, and I'm going to think about you at home reciting this poem with me. So when we're thinking about a poem, you understand that anyone that writes a poem is writing with feeling. Usually a poem is written to express someone's strong feelings about something of value to them or something that means a lot to them. So in this poem called Enjoy the Earth, the poem writer, who is unknown, it just says a poem from Africa. That's a place on the planet Earth. In this poem, the author of this poem is sending us a message about the planet Earth. So I'm going to read this poem 2 times. I want you just to listen and think about what the author of this poem is trying to say to us. What's the message? All right, here we go. Enjoy the earth. Enjoy the earth gently. Enjoy the earth gently. For if the earth is spoiled, it cannot be repaired. Enjoy the earth gently. Wow, that is a short poem with a very big message. Listen one more time so that you can think about the author's message. Enjoy the earth. Enjoy the earth gently. Enjoy the earth gently. For if the earth is spoiled, it cannot be repaired. Enjoy the earth gently. Now let's do it a 3rd time. This time I want you to read with me from home. You can do it. All right, here we go. Let's read together. Enjoy the earth. Enjoy the earth gently. Enjoy the earth gently. For if the earth is spoiled, it cannot be repaired. Enjoy the earth gently. I know you did a fabulous job reciting with me. Now let's think for a minute. What do you think the author's message is? What's the person that wrote this poem trying to get us to think about in the words that they wrote in this poem? I'm thinking too. Oh, I'm thinking about this word enjoy. And I know that enjoy means to have pleasure, so I definitely think that the author wants us to enjoy our planet. Of course, it's the greatest planet in the solar system, so we should enjoy, we should have pleasure, we should have fun on the planet Earth. However, it's up to all of us to do whatever we're doing gently. Now, what do you think about the word gently? What do you think that means? Think about it for just a minute. If you said, gently means carefully, calmly, you are correct. We have to enjoy the planet Earth in a careful way. So think about what that means. If you are enjoying the earth and having fun, how can you do that in a way that doesn't hurt our natural resources? It means that we're going to be careful on the water, on the land. We're going to be careful with the nature and with the air, right? And the poem writer repeats that line twice. So they definitely want us to enjoy the earth, but in a very careful way, a gentle way. Now let's go to line number 3. It says, for if the earth is spoiled, what do you think the word spoiled in this poem means? Because this word spoiled can have multiple meanings. So think about it for just a minute. Now, I'm thinking about the word spoiled, and I'm thinking about food. I'm thinking about food that I leave out all night long, and then it goes bad, or it spoils, it gets rotten. That's exactly how this author is trying to get us to think about our activities on the planet Earth, because if this planet, the third planet from the sun, the great planet Earth, is spoiled, ruined, destroyed, if it's spoiled, it cannot be repaired. That's a great word. Repaired. You know, it cannot be fixed. If we do damage to the planet Earth, we can't fix that damage. Once those natural resources are spoiled, they're ruined, they cannot be fixed. So, boys and girls, we have to enjoy the earth in a gentle, careful way, because we understand that in our solar system, there's no other planet that we can move to if we ruin this great planet. So it's up to each one of us to do our part, have fun on the earth, but do it in a very careful way. If each one of us thinks about this poem and practices it, boy, our planet is definitely going to last for a very long time. Well, I hope you enjoyed that poem. I love to think about this poem at this time of the year for sure. Now, I told you that we were actually going to be doing 2 activities with the planet Earth. So here's the second planet Earth activity. Now this one is a special project. Yeah, you and your family are going to be working together to help the planet Earth in this special project. I'm going to be sending this note home this week, of course, via email, so that your parents can read the information and you guys can work together on a special project. Now, I'm not going to read this whole letter. I'm just going to kind of fill you in just a little bit. This is going to be a family project, and you're going to be finding something in your house that you can reuse. Another word for it could be upcycle. So you're going to be taking something that you would throw in the landfill, in the trash can, or even to the recycling center, and you're going to transform it and make it into something new, something usable. Now, there are lots of projects on the internet, so this will be a job for you and your family members to, first of all, do a little searching. You can check out Pinterest, or you can Google search. There are so many different sites that are kid-friendly, of course, that can offer suggestions and advice about projects for upcycling or recycling. Hey, in this project, you're actually going to be able to do the 3 R's. You're going to be reusing something. You're going to reduce the amount of trash, because you're going to take something that you would throw away and you're going to make it into something new. And you're actually going to be kind of like a factory, because you're going to be transforming or changing something into something brand new for a special use. Wow, you are really going to be helping the planet Earth with this special project. Now, this letter tells your family members everything that you're going to be doing to complete this project. It also gives them the date for the project completion. Now, because we're not at school, I'm going to be asking you to document all of your work. Document your work means that you're going to show me in different ways how you completed your project. So you can take pictures, and you can tell me by writing down why you chose this special project, what object that you chose to recycle or reuse or upcycle, and you're going to be showing me your steps on how you actually did your project. Or if you're really creative and on that creating mode, you might even want to take a video. And yes, you can even upload it to YouTube. I've had several students over the years to do projects and put their project on YouTube. And not only does it help you, us at school, but it also helps kids around the world because they can see that video too. So this letter will tell your parents all of the steps for you and your family to be able to complete this project. And of course, I will send them a few ideas and some pictures. I did bring some home from school because I wanted to show you a few projects that my former students have done, just to give you a little bit of some ideas that might get you started. I know you can probably see this one right here. This one is one of my favorites, and the student that made it, she wanted me to keep it. It's actually made out of newspapers and magazines. Her and her mother worked together and weaved this into a little dress. Isn't that awesome? I think that's super creative. Now, I want to show you this other cute little project. This was made from some jeans that a student had outgrown, and he worked with his grandmother, because you can see that this is a pocket and it had to be cut out, because some of your work might involve some cutting, some gluing. So you're definitely going to want to have an adult help you so that you are careful, because you're going to be recycling these items. So that's a lot of changing. And Dylan, who made this, wanted me to have a place to put my cell phone. He did give this to me, and I was thinking too, this could be a great place for pencils or pens, as well as my cell phone. I could even put my debit cards and credit cards and put this in my purse. So this one is really, really cute. I love that one. This one's a little bicycle project that a former student named Jack made. He used some cardboard and some bottle lids, and I think he just came up with this one on his own. That's creative. Now this other project, it has seen better days. It's been with me for a while, and it kind of fell apart, but I did want to bring it and show you. This one's made of some water bottle lids that were painted, and it was actually had some stems and some flowers that were made of plastic bottles. This is actually the vase that was made from a plastic bottle, and I did have this in my classroom until it started coming apart. I need to repair this. Because it is really colorful, and it reminds me of the project that Miss Darnell was working on with us last year, where we were collecting all kinds of lids, because she is actually putting those lids together to create some art just like this. So there's a lot of projects that you can do. I had one student years ago that was really sad on project day. I wanted to bring hers and show you this one. Her name was Macy, and she was very sad because her family did not help her make a project, and on project presentation day, she was really sad about it. And all of a sudden, I realized that Macy had actually done a project. A couple weeks before that time, as she had taken a piece of cardboard on her own, and she loved to do artwork. She loved to draw. And she had drawn this dragon on some old cardboard. And I said, Macy, you do have a project. You actually reused an old piece of cardboard and turned it into an art project. A picture from Mrs. Davis. She wanted me to have this to remember her. She wrote her name on the back of this and said, love to my teacher. And of course, this art project is actually about 18 years old. I have kept it all this time. So instead of this going to a landfill or even a recycling center, I still have it 18 years later. So I'm glad that I could show you that even the simplest of things can help the planet Earth and become a project, of course. Now I do have a few photos here, and I'm going to try to hold these up to you, to the camera pretty close. These are some former students of mine, and the projects that they have, most of the projects that these students had worked on were made from jugs of some kind, plastic milk jugs, and they were turned into either bird feeders, or this one actually, this young man had a twin brother, and they created some plastic container, milk jug containers that could actually catch a ball, and one would stand on one side and the other would stand on the other, and they would throw the ball and use these to catch. That's creative. They just decorated them up, and of course they had an adult help them with the cutting. Like I said, these projects are definitely going to need help from someone other than just you. Now here are some other former students. This is actually Miss Prim's daughter. Years ago, she made a little piggy bank out of a soda bottle. She painted it. And then we have some bird feeders. And this one is one of my favorites. I don't know if you realize it. It's hard to tell in that little photo that those are actually crayons. They're broken pieces of crayons that you would normally throw away because, you know, once a crayon gets so tiny, you can't use it. So this student decided that she was going to take a bunch of old crayons and put them in a little muffin tin. And of course, she had her mother's help because they had to use the oven, and they melted these little tiny bits of crayon together. And then when they cooled, they took them out of the muffin tin, and they had rainbow crayons, and they were of course thick, and now they could be used. Wow, there's a lot of different ways that boys and girls and families can create, upcycle, recycle, and work on these projects. So remember to enjoy the earth gently, and you're going to be working on this project next week with your family members. I can't wait to see what you earth helpers come up with. I can't wait to see your presentations and your projects. So again, I will be sending out this information to your family members. But in the meantime, you can be thinking, researching, and finding a project that is near and dear to your heart, something that you would like to do to help save the planet Earth and keep it clean and green. All right, Earth Helpers, until next time, have a good one.